There's a number of things that happened to me in my life that I'm not sure I can explain, and that's part of what has driven my recent body of work is just analyzing perception and reality. So I'm gonna relay one of the stories. Eventually, I'll probably talk about all of them, but this is probably one of the strangest ones. Um, and this is all true. I swear, it's all true. So this must have been about 10 years ago. Around then, a friend of mine and I were in my apartment at the time, and it was on the top floor of this building, and it was at the far back corner. And we're sitting in this apartment, and we're watching wrestling. Yes, I was watching wrestling. I don't watch wrestling anymore, but I was watching wrestling, and I'm not sure exactly when it was, but I remember it was when The Rock was on WWF or WWE, whatever you call it now. And so we're watching wrestling, and we're both sitting on the couch, and then all of a sudden the lights go out and the TV goes off. All the power is gone. And right after that, the whole room that we were sitting in became blue. It wasn't like there was this blue light that was shining in from outside. This blue glow was emanating from inside of our room. Inside of the room. Everything went blue. It was like this light baby blue, almost like a neon blue, like a really soft neon blue. And this lasted for somewhere in between 30 seconds to a minute. Because I remember we both looked at each other while this was happening. And we stood up and were wondering what's going on. And I remember too when the power went out, the one of the wrestlers, I don't remember who it was honestly, but they were doing a body slam. And they had this other guy up in the air. He was holding him up in the air, and he was going to slam him down on the mat. And that's what was happening when the power went out. And then, so like I said, this blue glow just emanated from the room. And then it went away. The power went back on. The TV came back on. And the guy was still in this body slam. It was still in the same move. It picked up like exactly after it had left off when the power went out. Which was strange, because it was live TV. So it was the same move. So what we did is, like, first we were looking around for any logical explanations. And we're, like, looking out the window because the transformer for the building was right outside of the window. So I'm thinking maybe, like, a squirrel or something got on there and it blew the transformer for a second, or something happened with the line. So I look out, open up the window, look out, and there's nothing going on there. So I'm like, okay, this really happened, right? And he's like, yeah, it really happened. So we go over to the neighbors, and I knock on the door for the neighbors right across the hall from us. I was like, did your power just go out for a second? They're like, no, nothing happened. The power didn't go out. And so we went back in, and we're just like, we have no idea what happened. It was one of the, it was pretty strange. Because, like I said, this glow was emanating from inside of the room. It wasn't coming from outside. It was inside the room. It covered everything. Everything was blue. And so, I have no idea what happened. I'm sure there's some kind of logical explanation. That's what I always tell myself. But I still, to this day, like 10 years later, cannot figure out what happened. And that, like I said, is one of the things that has driven me to question reality.